What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR. Sitting across from me this week and every week, he's the king of all VR kings. He's the shadiest legend I know. It's Jeremy King.
Hey, thank you. I'm clapping for myself.
You should. I think you should.
Thank you.
Right, round of applause for Jeremy, everybody.
Yeah. And sitting to my left this week and every week is Brian Paul, the legend. I got to come up with a really nice
legend.
Long title for you as well, too.
I would say a nice average size, girthy title would be just fine.
Yeah, no Coke bottle sized.
God.
No.
That would be scary.
More like a Red Bull sized introduction.
And every week on Why We Love PlayStation VR, we dip into the PSVR archive. We pull out a game at random. And we take a look at it, man. We play the crap out of it. We check into it, see if it's been given any love by developers, any updates, any DLC, any patches.
Yep.
And then we let you know, the loyal game cats, if it's worth your time. We get that synchronized down to a fucking T, man.
We're swimmers. We're like the synchronized swimmers.
We are swimmers.
Yeah.
Thousands of little swimmers. That being said, Jeremy, this is the weirdest show ever. Yeah. What game did we decide to play this week?
Shadow Legends.
Wow. No, that's not right.
Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legend VR.
VR.
Right.
Remove the S.
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save everyone from the comments. This is not Raid Shadow Legends.
I know.
It's like the only comment I got.
That's what's insane about it. It's like that goddamn advertisement pops up constantly on my phone, and it's like, wait a minute. And not until I played Shadow Legend did I be like, wait a minute. Is there a relation? But I knew there wasn't.
There's no relation.
None.
Shadow Legend VR by Vitruvius VR, released January 21st, 2020 for $24.99.
What's the 20s?
2020? 2020.
20.
This is... We talk a lot on the show about old games, and then sometimes we're sick of talking about old games, and we just want to talk about a new game.
Something new.
That we're excited about talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing the show for.
Yep.
Although a lot of people know my thoughts on Shadow Legend because I've been talking about it incessantly for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be going, Jeremy, what did you think of this the whole time? Vitruvius VR.
Yep.
2 guys up there in Canada.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, making marbles.
Hey, how you doing, eh? That's Canada.
Did you watch the interview?
4 minutes of it.
Those guys are Canada as fuck.
Oh, for real?
I love it.
They're like Terrence and Phillip.
They're almost Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. Colton and Blake from Vitruvius. We had a little interview. It was awesome. I love those guys. Man, can't wait to see what they do next.
It's for real, especially after this fucking legendary game.
Yeah, I feel like we're giving up the ghost already.
A little bit.
Yeah. What kind of game, Jeremy, is Shadow Legend VR?
My God,
That was a firework, I hope.
Otherwise,
somebody just got shot in the parking lot.
Like right up there. Yeah.
Oh, but they didn't die the first time.
Well, you always tap. One in the head, right?
Double tap.
Double tap.
Yeah. Let's get fireworks.
Yeah, there's
Let's
a little
go with
more
fireworks.
Machine gun fire.
What kind of game is Shadow Legend VR?
Oh my God. It's action adventure, hack and slash. It's like Skyrim. I don't even want to call it a Skyrim clone because it's different than Skyrim. It is VR as fuck. This game, it makes total sense now when you said it's the most VR game. I think you said on the Gamecast Live.
But I said it constantly.
And you're 100% right. It is the most VR game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Hack and slash, I'd say. Action adventure.
Yeah, I think that's something we kind of need to tackle right off the bat. Like, why is this game like really the epitome of VR? Why is it so virtual reality, above and beyond other games? Skyrim, big budget, AAA, Bethesda game.
Yep.
Pushed into VR. This is more immersive and utilizes VR better.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
What kind of things are you doing in this game that would warrant that kind of statement?
It's everything. I mean, for God's sakes, every chest you open, every artifact you grab, every ladder you climb, ropes, chains. I mean, the weaponry, the way you can grab things over you, and then grabbing the bow out and pulling it in the magic, and then charging the magic, throwing it in. It's insane. It's like all of it is so hands-on. There's no shortcuts to be like, I mean, you press a button, you open your inventory, but then you reach in for the inventory, you put it on the table to sell the object, you barter with them, you hand them the money. It's awesome how they implement everything to be utilized with movements and gestures as if you were in the game. No quick shortcuts, no, lame-ass ways around anything. I mean, yeah.
You don't reload with the X button.
No. Right. Looking at your health, you look at your, what do they call that?
was it a gauntlet or an amulet or
maybe.
something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
something.
Yeah, in the very second area, you wake up in this little blacksmith hut.
Yeah.
Right? And in the very second area, you walk outside of that, and then it's kind of this big open training area where there's like these two dudes actually like, like sword fighting.
4 dudes. 2.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah. and then the 5th dude like practicing archery.
Yeah, and the dog. There was the dog there.
Well, and that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Was that this could have been really gimmicky.
Yeah.
Because you start off and there's a horse over there, and there's some carrots sitting on a barrel in front of the horse, and you're like, and it eats the carrot.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go.
Yeah.
And the horse eats the carrot.
Right.
And then there's a doggy treat.
Yep.
And you can be like, here, doggy. And the dog eats
the dog
treat.
stole my piece of meat that I cooked for myself.
Oh, he stole
actually.
it from me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat it, and he was there, and I'm like, there you go, little guy. And he ate it. Next time I ate it right out of the pan.
So you're doing all this like weird stuff. There's even a stick where you can like be like, hey, doggy, play fetch with the dog. Yeah. And at first you go, this could be gimmicky. Mm-hmm. This could all just be a gimmick.
Yep.
But man, it's infused into every single aspect of this game.
All of it.
From top to bottom.
Yep.
So I know that a lot of people have discussed Shadow Legend being an RPG. And I take issue with that classification.
Yeah.
Because there are things that
you can level up.
Level up your character.
Yeah.
If you find a what are those things called where you spin the wheel and they can sharpen your sword?
The whetstone?
Is that what it's called?
Usually.
Oh,
I don't know what they call it in here, but yeah, whetstone. Or is that what Rambo uses to sharpen his blade, a whetstone?
I have no idea. But whatever it is, you get +5 on the attack with your sword. You take your sword, you sharpen it on the whetstone, and and again, all very VR, very immersive.
Wicked.
And then it says +5 pops up, and you go, "Oh, my attack power just went up."
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and you do find areas around the environment where you've all the enemies you vanquish.
Yeah,
you collect souls.
Yep.
And then you
use these hearts.
Yeah. And so you use those hearts to level up your character. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how much of that. Like, I feel like this would have been a great setup for a 20-hour game.
Oh, my God, yeah. They could go on with this game forever.
Forever. And I would have been like, man, I'm so glad I leveled up my this because I really needed it at this point. But I leveled up everything a lot.
Yeah.
And at no point did I go, I really needed any of that.
Yeah, I leveled up a few things and I didn't. And I was fine. You know what I mean? It was not really any... I didn't think, man, I got to go back and sink more into my health, at that area. I just, if I passed one, I was like, I'll spend it. And sometimes I was saving them,
It's an easy game.
A little bit. Yeah.
And if I want to put this in the right context, it's an easy game in terms of I never got swarmed by a ton of enemies and died.
Yeah.
It's more on the difficult side when you go, oh, the other stuff I'm doing other than fighting bad guys is exploring the environment for all the collectibles, all the hidden runes. There's so much to find.
Yes.
And with the push of a button, you can open up this book.
Yeah.
And the book gives you a list of objectives.
Yeah.
Here's all the things you do in this specific area. So before you even leave, go do all this stuff.
Yes.
And man, that takes a while.
It does. Yeah. I found myself slowed down through this game because I wanted to open every chest, climb every ladder, any chain, rope, collect all the gold cups and coins and gems, everything. I just the dudes hanging upside down in the bags. You wanted to knock them down because there was a soul in them. I mean the hearts.
Did you feel bad?
No, not at all.
Like this guy is like bound, and obviously he's been tortured. He's in a bloody bag.
Yeah, he's in a total bloody bag.
Right, and you go, should I just leave him or just put him out of his misery?
Right.
I put everyone out of their misery.
Every motherfucker was put out of their misery. That's I wanted all those hearts.
Yeah.
Not even because I was spending them. Just because I wanted them. Right.
The guy in the guillotine, you're like,
oh, every time.
It's over.
As soon as I got to him, I was like, no. Right. I didn't try to hit him. I wonder if you could have killed him with just your sword.
I'm guessing you could
have.
Yeah, because this game, pretty much anything in this game, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do that.
Yeah.
You could.
I accidentally slashed the Viking dude that would sell you the artifacts. I mean, he doesn't do anything. He's like, and a little blood comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, no, I think so everybody in the game that I talked to, I beat up a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wanted to slash the horse, but I felt too bad, so I didn't.
Yay!
Does it?
Oh, he's not happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all of the characters that I beat up, They all just kind of react for a second. And
He
then
didn't mean
continue.
that.
And then, but they actually have a gash on their face.
Oh, did they?
And I think
Yeah.
you can have up to 3 gashes on any of the NPCs.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty neat.
So what we're kind of getting at here is that I really want to explain this because I feel like I've yet to explain this in the proper context.
Let's hear it.
This game, I don't like comparing it to Skyrim. I don't like
Yeah.
comparing it to an RPG.
Yeah.
It's really, like I said in the interview, it's a hidden object game
Yeah.
that's been shoved into like a Skyrim-like world with just a fucking ton of exploration in some combat.
Yeah, the combat's not overwhelming, and it's not a constant amount of combat where you're like, God damn it, guys, I just wanted this. It's just the right amount.
Right.
And I like how it doesn't respawn. You know, like if you die, they're gone.
Yep.
You know, and the hearts and everything you killed to the enemy, they're still there waiting for you to collect them. But, yeah, there's objects everywhere. I would be, even when I was being lowered down into that
Yes.
area, I saw something, and I'm like, I charged up my thing, and and I knocked the rune down. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
The birds, I would see the crows flying around. I'd shoot them with the arrows to try to knock down the runes. I would spend 12 minutes and 42 hours
absolutely.
if I had it to. And I got no amount of annoyed. Like, I was like, I'm going to get him. Close. I'm getting close. The game was very fair with the hit detection. You
Absolutely.
know? It was, yeah.
What did you think of the combat?
I dug the combat.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked how you could block, you know, with everything and then slice off a limb, you know, and you could like set them on fire a little bit with the torch thing, lob off the head, and it's a little slow motion. And I used to just like poke the head when it was in slow motion coming down. But yeah, I enjoyed the combat. I thought everything worked great.
Yeah.
I never use archery in games. In this one, I wanted to.
Right.
You know, I'd take my bow and and it was so fun, you know, and even the magic staff. I even loved how they implemented that where you charged up and put the orb you created out of nothing into the tip of that wand stick and fling,
Yeah.
poisoned them, you know, or froze them with the shocked them.
Yeah, once I got my first magical staff, man, there was no more archery for me.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, this is just too cool. Vroom, vroom.
Yep. It's awesome.
I mean, it's so cool.
And you feel, see, unlike Gungrave,
Yes.
where you did not feel powerful, this game you felt powerful, you know? Even it's not a blunderbuss, but it was just like a shotgun-y cannon, hand cannon.
Yeah.
They even have a gun in there if you wanted to.
Which you have to load yourself.
Douche.
Right.
Yeah, awesome.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Yes.
Pretty impressive.
I still remember the trailer. Remember when way back when we saw the teaser trailer of this game, we're like, wow, looks like you can do a lot in this game.
Right.
Yeah. And they did it.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. And so, that was sort of my, I think that was sort of my routine for each new area that I encountered. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, here's the new area, divided by loading screens. Mm-hmm. Right. The loading screens are a little on the long side, I think.
A little bit.
Right. I actually counted. I had all this footage captured. Most of them actually range from 20 to 30 seconds each.
Wow.
Which, luckily, they're not terribly common.
Yeah.
You know, they just kind of stitch together the different places that you go
just
to.
a few areas.
And you're going to spend like an hour in each area.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to like get everything. Mm-hmm. So it's not the worst thing ever.
And seeing the load percentage helps with the time.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because other games you play and it's just an image, you're like, all right, did the game freeze?
Yeah.
Something going on? Oh, there it goes. But at least with the loading, you're like, all right, it's getting there.
Right.
All right. It helps.
So I go in.
Yeah.
I fucking take down all the enemies in the room.
Yeah.
If there are any. Some places there's not.
Yeah.
And then you open up the book and you just kind of check off all the objectives one by one.
Yep.
And then it's like rune hunting time.
Yeah.
Like let's find all the runes.
Yep.
And find all the gold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Move on to the next area.
Yep.
Right? Just over and over and over. Some puzzle solving thrown in there.
Some riddles.
Riddles.
I was pissed because I nailed the red door riddle in the beginning. I'm like, that's easy. I didn't get the blue or the green.
Did you just spoil the...
Oh, fuck.
Really?
I think I did. Shit.
Wow. Pretty good.
That's one. I give you one. The other two I don't know, so I can't give you.
I probably bleeped it out. So did you use the voice command for that? To solve that puzzle?
No.
Just walk up to it and say the answer. And
I
just goes,
wanted to,
"Oh."
but for some reason, I just didn't. I don't know why. I saw that you could say or speak it, and I just fucking typed it in with my hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regrets. I still am not over the whole talking to video game thing,
How were the graphics on the OG PSVR?
I thought they
The
were
OG
great.
PS4.
I thought they were great.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there was no blur. Everything looked sharp. Everything had good texture to it. Nothing was like rendered poorly in the background and then popped in as you got closer. It all, I don't know how'd they do it.
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
But I'm
How can they do it? And then like Skyrim, Bethesda, the blur on that gave me a headache.
I mean, I think there's a simple answer here.
All right.
The environments here are so small.
Yeah, they are.
Right, and luckily they were smart enough to think about PSVR ahead of time.
Yeah.
And they were programming. They were like, okay, well, we're going to be porting this to other systems that
Yeah.
aren't quite as powerful as a high-end PC.
Yep.
So let's consolidate here.
The one good thing too is, the areas were small, but they never felt small.
They didn't.
Not at all. Never once did I feel like, wow, this is a tiny environment. There's so much going on in them.
Yeah.
Even that one towards the beginning where there's that like moat in the middle and the boat with you need to get the oar and you got to go around and then in the water. I mean, I might have been in that area for an hour and a half.
Long time.
Yeah. And I had no desire to leave it. I was fine, exploring everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Great.
That was actually the one place I got stuck.
Okay.
Because one of the first enemies you killed gives you a key.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember that I had a key. So I'm walking up to these doors that are locked, and I'm like, where the hell do I get these keys? Walking around with the key the whole time. And so I spent way too much time in the undead graveyard.
Yes.
But yeah, very cool. There was there's a point where you can go down into the moat.
Yeah.
To the big pool of water.
Yeah.
And I saw there's a ladder, and I was like, okay, let's get on this ladder. And I'm hanging on the ladder, just about to go underwater, and I'm like, go under the water.
Yeah.
And I go back above the water. I go back under the water. And I think I said this on Gamescast Live, so sorry if I'm repeating this for anybody. But I was waiting for some kind of indicator that I needed to breathe. I was uncomfortable letting go and just like being in that water.
Yeah.
I
thought I was going to get attacked by that fish.
Yeah.
I killed it.
Oh, I killed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. If something could die, I killed it.
You're right. You know what thing I thought was pretty awesome too?
What's that?
Is even when you climb the ropes. So I was climbing, a rope, and I'm doing this, and I'm like, why am I doing it this way? And then I turned, and then I did it this way, and you could even do it that way. It didn't even matter. You could turn around on the ropes. It was awesome. And I know you had to tell me about getting off the ladder.
Yeah.
Because I did have a little bit of trouble in the beginning getting off the ladder.
You weren't the only one.
Yeah.
I think there's a natural tendency in VR to be like, okay, I'm at the top of the ladder. Now push yourself forward.
Yeah.
Like through the ladder.
Yep.
But that's not something you can do in real life. You can't
No.
push yourself through the ladder. You actually have to climb up to the very top rung and kind of hop over.
Yeah.
So that's not natural. What
Yeah.
would you do? You'd actually just climb around it. And so that's how they designed this.
Yeah.
So if you're having trouble with the ladders, get to the top of the ladder and just push a turn button to kind of swing yourself onto the ledge.
Onto the platform.
In the verticality in this game is one of my favorite things.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, you see a ladder, you want to climb it.
Yeah.
Because pretty much guaranteed, either at the top of the ladder, there's some treasure.
Yep.
Or the ladder's going to bring you to a ledge you can shimmy across.
Yeah.
Or a rope you can climb across.
Yeah.
Or it always opens up some other avenue.
More stuff,
So
yeah.
more stuff to explore.
And then didn't you feel height? Like you felt like you were
yeah.
high up. You
Yeah,
know?
I look down and be like, oof.
Ooh, when I was on the roofs, oh man, I felt like I was standing on a roof.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. I didn't feel like that in was it Immortal Legacy, where you climbed the ledges for a brief time and then that was it?
Yeah, there wasn't enough climbing in that game.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love collecting the treasure in this game because that means when you finally get to a shopkeeper, you have money to buy stuff.
Yes.
Right? And he has all these cool weapons.
Yep.
And the way that you buy stuff, you kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
You actually take stuff out of your inventory in the treasure chest.
Yep.
And then you place it on the table.
Yep.
In front of him. And he goes, what do you think of this offer? Right? And you can either accept his offer.
I never did.
No, you always
Increase.
bump it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I would start $20, 20 gold higher every time. And be like, fair offer, but how does this sound? I'd still be like, nope, and I'd raise it up about another 8, and usually he'd come down 7 more. And that was it, every time. And then, it's great, because when he accepts an offer, you got to take the money from him.
Right.
And then when you sell something, you got to hand the money to him. You know, and you toss the items you want to sell in front of him. He looks at them. Even that was so VR. You know, it wasn't cheating like, click, sold, click, sold, clicks. No, you got to pick it up, place it,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Tons of things to sell, tons of things. And there's very few things you want to keep. I mean, like,
There's not much.
and that's what I was a little surprised. I was like, okay, gems and coins and these chalices.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was like, what's the use of any of this? And it's
Yeah.
like all just to sell.
That's it. I know at first I was a little hesitant thinking are they meant for something else, but
Right.
no, just sell them.
Yep.
Yep.
And your inventory seems like a big space at the beginning. Plenty
Yeah.
of space.
Yeah.
And then as it turns out, you have an infinite amount of space.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to be like, oh, I better sell stuff because I'm running out of room.
Yeah.
And then it just like created another page when I ran out of room. I was like, oh, I can carry as much stuff.
And I
as
like
want.
how it auto stacks in a sense. You don't have to take things and stack them all,
Right. Right.
which always annoyed me in games when it would fill up empty spots and you just got to then bundle them together.
Yeah.
You know?
Combine Resident Evil style.
Yeah.
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 All right, Jeremy, I think it's time to rate this thing.
I think so too.
What is our rating system?
All right. I'm going normal with this rating system here.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the old number one. Means you absolutely have to buy this game. It's fantastic. Run out, grab it. Don't wait. Just do it. Number two, maybe you want to wait for a sale, a couple dollars off, save a few dollars because it's good, but maybe the price point's a little too high for it to be worth a buy. And number three, doesn't matter how cheap it is, it's a piece of shit. Stay away from it. Don't buy it. And Brian, what do you rate this sucker?
Obviously when this came out, I was nervous. Two guys.
He had a goddamn hair stuck somewhere. There he is. Got him. Continue.
So when this game came out, I was kind of nervous, right? Like two guys who made marbles.
Yeah.
It's like
One of your favorites, Brian?
I do like marbles.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I mean, no shame on this. Like, I know there's a lot of some people aren't fans of marbles.
I haven't played that one yet.
Really?
Yeah, Mervils is one I haven't played.
We might have
Do
to
I
get to
sense
that.
a why we love?
I made Des play it, so I might.
Oh, that's right.
I might make you play it too.
All right.
I think you and I can double dip on why we love episodes.
Sure.
When we need to get your feedback
I
on
know.
this stuff.
We got to get me playing some of the oldies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oldies but goodies.
Yeah.
And so and I was like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I get that two guys could make a game that looks this good, that's this interactive, but it's going to be 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to put all their effort into one or two areas,
Yeah.
and there's just nothing to do. Mm-hmm. And so when this game just kind of kept going and going and going, and I beat it after like 4 hours, I was like, even once I was done, like I'm not done.
Yeah.
Like, I kept
Still
opening that
other
book.
things
I was
out
like
there.
seeing all the runes that I'd missed. And
Yeah.
you can hop around from place to place. You can just start back at the chapel or sanctuary
Citadel
or
thing. Yeah.
Citadel,
Sanctuary, I think it was.
whatever it's called. It's and you can just kind of jump from level to level, which is
Yeah.
great for if you want to get the platinum, you want to check off all the trophies, and just if you're a completionist like I am. Mm-hmm. And there was like maybe 6 hours of gameplay here
Yeah.
for $25.
Yeah.
And it being just packed from top to bottom with stuff to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's obvious, right? I love this game.
Yeah.
I've said it over and over for the last couple of weeks. This is absolutely a one, and it's like a really, really strong one too.
Yeah.
Right? At no point would I be like, maybe a two.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is a fucking one, hands down. Like grand slam home run. This is the best way we could have started 2020 off. I'm very excited about it. And I hope everyone's playing it.
Interesting.
With that out of the way, Jeremy, what did you rate this game?
3. No, I'm just kidding. I got to say that this game is right alongside Resident Evil 7 for me in terms of how immersive and insanely awesome I thought this game was.
Nice.
So I thought the whole combat was great. I loved the whole interacting with everything. The shop wasn't annoying. I enjoyed throwing shit in front of him. I'd take things out and it'd be like donk. And then I'd make my offer, and then he'd give me an offer. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Every time, I loved it. I loved with the animals and the carrots and the dogs and, even the dialogue, the voice acting was good.
Yeah.
Even the selections on what you can say and answer in response or ask them.
Right.
It wasn't just normal, pressing one answer.
I will say none of it seemed like
Relevant.
right. None of it seemed like it was going to bring you down a different conversation path or anything.
No, I mean, because you could always ask more and have those other questions you didn't ask earlier be there to ask and just find out. It just fleshes out the story.
Right.
But I loved how you could choose what you wanted to ask, And I thought the environments looked great. I loved climbing the ladders. How I don't know. I mean, this is without a doubt a solid one for me too. It is such it's the strongest one I think so far since rating these games for me.
Awesome.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Awesome. Yeah. The climbing, there was climbing in Immortal Legacy. There was climbing in Blood and Truth.
Yep.
And it all works generally the same way. Mm-hmm. I don't think any of the climbing is as good as as it was implemented in Shadow Legend.
Everything was fair. There was nothing that was not fair with the game in terms of how you maneuver and get off of a ladder or climbing a chain or the hit detection, any of it. Everything was so fair and spot on.
Yep.
I don't know how they did it. They must have had Lloyd's help too with this one.
Wow. Did Lloyd flip the switch on this one?
He might have. Yeah, down in the basement.
His arm's going to be tired. He's going to have carpal tunnel from all the flip switching.
No shit.
Switch flipping. Yeah.
Guillotine lever pulling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So those are our thoughts on Shadow Legend. Obviously, we were too excited to talk about it. We didn't want to wait for
total legend of a game.
Total legend of a game.
Yeah.
Man, we'll get back to an older game or a game that we haven't talked about much on the channel next week.
Sure.
But we really want to talk about this while it was still fresh in our mind, while it was still new. Really want to make sure that you guys it's tough to explain what genre it falls into, but once you're in there and you're doing it, it just feels right.
Right.
So that's I guess that's my tagline for this.
Right.
All right, you guys. What did you think of Shadow Legend? Did you spend a lot of time climbing around and looking for stuff?
Hopefully, they loved it as much as we did.
I want to know if there's anyone out there who just wanted to get through the game and didn't care about the exploration part, because I'm betting you could get through this game very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be nearly as much fun.
No, and it's like I wanted to initially when I set out to play it, just to get through the story. And naturally, I'm an explorer. I gotta circle around the map and get every little corner. And I was peeking behind things for runes. I'm looking up on things, and naturally, it just sucked me into wanting to find these.
Yep.
Because I mean, the runes absolutely. You buy those, you can wield those awesome weapons. The more runes you have, But yeah.
Yeah. Nothing better than being in this decent sized area with one more rune to find and going, I've literally searched this entire place from top to bottom. Where the fuck is it?
Right.
It's a strange feeling, because once you find it, you go, I can't believe I didn't see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's good stuff, but let us know your Shadow Legend stories in the comments below. Also, let us know what other games you want us to talk about. The list is long. It gets longer every single week.
Yeah.
Man, we got some challenging ones in front of us, too.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
there's a doozy one coming up.
We're going to put you to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
For another episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR, I'm Brian Paul.
And I'm Jeremy King.
We'll see you
next week.